Okay,
This
next reference.
unfortunate.
Okay.
So next reference is from Tazkirtur Rasheed, volume number 1, page number 46. I'll read the Arabic. Now, remember, as I have told you before, these Molvis, Deobandi Molvis, used to refer Imdadullah Muhajir Makki as Ala Hazrat. You know, when they're debating with Brailvis, they have sometimes, I'm not saying for everyone, they have problem Brailvis calling their scholar or Ahmad Raza as Ala Hazrat, but they themselves have used Ala Hazrat for Imdadullah Muhajir Makki. So reason whenever I'm quoting a reference, if I see any double standard, I mention it because for our viewers, I need to tell them that they have two standards. One is for their scholar, and the other is for their general public. For their
Got it.
scholars, they can do as much ghuluw as they can. It will still be a pure form of tawheed. But if someone even says something about their mashayikh or about awliya or about anbiya, then it is equals to shirk. Anyway, so the quotation goes as Ala Hazrat, which is Imdadullah Muhajir Makki की भावच का हुस्न एतक़ाद और मुखलिसाना बर्ताव था कि मेहमानों का खाना खुद पकाती थीं और किसी मेहमान के नावक्त आने से भी कभी तंग दिल नहीं होती थीं। एक दिन आला हजरत ने ख्वाब देखा कि आपकी भावच आपके मेहमानों का खाना पका रही हैं कि जनाब रसूल मकबूल सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम व आलिहि वसल्लम फ्रॉम माय साइड तशरीफ लाए और आपकी भावत से फरमाया कि उठ, तू इस काबिल नहीं कि इमदादुल्लाह के मेहमानों का खाना पकाए, उसके मेहमान उलमा हैं, इसके मेहमानों का खाना मैं पकाऊंगा। Yes, Sayyid, go ahead, please.
So the English is as follows. One day, Ala Hazrat Haji Imdadullah Makki saw his father, saw his sister-in-law preparing. So there's two hisses. Let me get rid of that one of them. So his sister-in-law preparing food. Just then, the Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, arrived on the scene, and then he told his sister-in-law, "Get up! You're not fit enough to cook food for the guests of Imdadullah. His guests are the ulama. I will personally cook for them."
Wow, Sayyid.
So not only you've lowered the status of the Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, Mustafa, to a shoemaker, to equating him to what do you call it? You know, we've covered in the previous shows where, you know, and we're going to mention it perhaps later in this as well, where you said that it's better to think about an ox and a donkey than think about the Holy Prophet, and peace and blessings be upon him. You know, you lowered his status to a mere
Ashiq, thank you, sir.
a passenger of the train, sitting on a train. You know, you equate him to being some sort of accountant who deals with your finances. He's a chef for you guys. He's a cook. So he would come and what's interesting here is the discussion he has with this woman, because we know from the hadith of the Prophet, the hadith that mention the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, about his modesty, that how he used to converse with women. In fact, you know, he never even used to even give them eye contact to some extent. I think there's a hadith narrated on the authority of Aisha where a woman puts her arm out, and the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, warns her to move her hand away. So this is the personality of the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, about his modesty. And then all of a sudden he's coming, and then he's telling this woman, "Get up." You know, even that in itself is quite disrespectful.
Sayyid, Urdu wording says ut.
Ut.
Tu is kabil nahi.
That's quite
Look, people who knows Urdu knows, like you would say uthe, aap is kabil nahi.
Yeah.
No, this will be respectful.
Yeah.
Ya ut jaye, tum is kabil nahi. Tum is still ut. Tu is kabil. Tu is like tu tana, just sometimes we say. Abhi tu kya kar raha hai? Like, it's really disrespectful.
So the Shaykhan, if they were to go home now and their mother was to be sitting on the sofa and they would say, "Ut," honestly, I can tell you now, I don't know about them, but my mother would pick up a shoe and most probably hit me with it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be out like out by that. Yeah.
You know, it's just the way that these people, they have no shame. You know, the way they portray the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. You know, and these ulama, they're so shameful. You know, if they heard that the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, cooked food for them, they could at least came forward and said, "Listen, Let us cook for you.
It's true. It's true. They should say, they would say, listen, no. Who are we
Yeah,
for you to cook for us? That's
but
our duty. We're your
but why,
servants.
but why didn't the sister-in-law go and get someone? Be like, listen, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's here cooking food. Please, like somebody said, cook.
Absolutely. It's a good point, actually.
And Sayyid, I'm just thinking they might think that kava or eating crow has sawab.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking it might be a crow biryani
that's
or
It
possible.
could
crow
be.
korma.
It could be. Krogoma.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, because it carries sawab.
yeah,
This is what I assume. I might be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. It could be. It could be.
it's a valid argument. So yeah, the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, is a chef and the accountant for
So
the.
now Sayyid, do you know where Prophet learned Urdu?
Oh no! Let me guess. I'm assuming it's probably somewhere from Deoband as well.
Ahsant, Ahsant. As per Deobandis, Prophet learned Urdu from Deoband. Now, before I present this reference, Said, you need to keep in mind that Taqwiyatul Iman was also written by Shah Ismail in Urdu, right? And there were so many Sunni scholarship before Madrasatul Deoband in Urdu. I'm just thinking that would these guys, like, what did Prophet had any connection with these scholars or no that used to write before Deoband school was formed in Urdu? Like there were scholars Abdul Hayy Lakhnawi, there were like different other scholars that were really good in their writing in Urdu. So the Prophet had any connection with them or no? If you say that they didn't have any connection with Prophet, then that's a really big thing you were saying. And if you are saying that they had the connection, so why are you saying that Prophet learned Urdu from Madrasatul Deoband? Well, let me tell you. Let me just quote you the reference first. So this is Khalil Ahmad Saharnpuri. He has a book that we quoted before too, Braheen Qatea'a, page number 30. It's published in Karachi. So reference goes कि एक सौले which फ़ख्र आलम अलैहिस्सलाम की ज़ियारत से ख्वाब में मुशर्रफ हुए तो आपको उर्दू में कलाम करते देख कर पूछा कि आपको ये कलाम कहाँ से आ गई कलाम कहाँ से आ गई the better Urdu would be kalam kahan se aa gaya, aa gayi. It's like more like a Pathan version of Urdu, but it should be kalam kahan se aa gaya. So you see, the guy that's quoting it himself is not reading Urdu properly. Anyways, आप तो अरबी हैं फरमाया कि जब से उलमाए मदरसे देवबंद से हमारा मामला हुआ हमको ये ज़बान आ गई सुबहान अल्लाह इससे रुतबा इस मदरसे का मालूम हुआ. Said, please go through the translation.
So the said passage is a pious man dreamt of the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, and saw him conversing in the Urdu language. He asked the man, how do you know this language? You're an Arab. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, since I had dealings with the Ulema of Deoband, I came to know this language. So perhaps this was after the incident when he traveled on the train and he, cooked for them, and then he did the accountancy. Who knows? This could be possibly at that moment in time that the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, acquired the
Yes,
knowledge of Urdu.
but say it before someone takes Prophet as a student. They should also tell the quantity of the knowledge Prophet has.
Mm.
So Thanvi said Prophet's knowledge is equal to the knowledge of, or he compares the knowledge of Prophet to knowledge of animals,
Mm.
right? And Khalil Ahmad Saharnpuri himself said Prophet's knowledge is less than the knowledge of Shaitan and Malakul Maut.
Mm.
So before you take someone to your class, you need to let them know their status. Look, guys, you don't know this, so I'll teach you this.
Mm.
So firstly, they would have written this thing too, and then they probably would have said, okay, now the time for Prophet for you to learn Urdu from our madrasa.
Mm.
Does it look good to you? Like does it make does it go with you this chronology that I have brought forward? This is my theory. that how
Well, it makes
Prophet would
sense.
have learned Urdu.
It makes total sense, actually, to me. Quite logical. It's a bit like you get guys that go to like Iran or even to Saudi Arabia to study in those madrasas. Sometimes they haven't learned Arabic. So obviously, first of all, they need to get settled in the climate where they start to develop friendships, get to know their ustads, their teachers. And whilst they're there, they start acquiring knowledge, don't they, of the language, and they get used to it. Up until then, they're early stage. So I assume, then they'll, to get used to it, they might be given odd jobs to try and get them settled in. For example, we've got the example here of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his family, who would be, utilized for cooking or for, accounts. So he was trying. So you settle in the student, and whilst they're settling in, they start acquiring knowledge at the same time. So inadvertently, they start learning Urdu because as he's a chef, he'll start speaking with the students. Will speak with him in Urdu, and he'll start understanding the language. It makes perfect sense to me. I don't know why anyone is confused. It's natural. Obviously, a student picks up the language as they go along.
Why was he surprised anyway? He's like, what? Was he denying the capabilities of the Holy Prophet, and peace and blessings be upon him?
Clearly, he was.
Your elders were able to bring the throne down, right?
Exactly. But say
resurrect the dead. Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, honestly speaking, in a sarcastic way, I'm saying that it's not an insult to Prophet. It just shows you the level of scholarship Ulema of Deoband has. Isn't it? Like, that's why even he says Subhanallah. I was just thinking, where did they got the Subhanallah from? Whenever something will be quote, will be something they will quote again, the Shia people, they'll say Wawa and Subhanallah. So I think this is where they got the Subhanallah from. Whenever you do disrespect of any good person, just say Subhanallah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this can also shows you the genesis of Subhanallah of Deobandism.
Absolutely.
Well, it's apparently, according to this, it's sunnah to learn Urdu then, right?
Yeah, Sayyid. I think I really feel for the people that make fun of Arabic. I just don't know how much Urdu they know.
Well, according to this, it makes you think how much Urdu the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him.
Yeah, Sayyid. And the guy who was quoting the dream himself was talking in wrong Urdu, Sayyid.
Okay.
So you can understand what level of Urdu Prophet would have. Honestly, I feel bad. Because if someone is teaching him Urdu and he himself is not speaking the right Urdu,
not a single Deobandi that will not accept Maulana Thanwi's writings. Yes or no? Allama Thanwi, Sheikh Thanwi, Maulana Thanwi, whatever you want to call him, he was one of the greatest scholars of the Deobandi legacy.
Many people from amongst the scholars and the pious have regarded him as to have been the Mujaddid of the 14th century. Even by looking at Hazrat Thanwi Rahmatullah alayhi, he had such a lovable personality. When he would go anywhere, people would flock and just to see him and have a glimpse of him. And that people, after listening to just one sermon, their lives would change and people would repent, Allahu Akbar, and their lives would become better.
What's your opinion on Deobandis anyway? Deobandis are people of innovation, with guidance. May Allah guide them and guide us. They're not people of Sunnah, the Al-Hadith wal-Athar. Deobandi or Naqshbandi, may Allah guide them. I'm talking about the layman, Masakin. But this is not the Al-Sunnah, Al-Hadith. Al-Hadith, other those of the Quran, Sunnah, do with the Salaf al-Salih. Deobandi, Naqshbandi, Maturidi, akhi. Maturidi, they follow Abu Mansur Maturidi.
They even claimed it. The guy, it's Mangero or something, he said he invented the creed because the people were confused. He himself, it's in his YouTube clip.
Quran, Sunnah, alhamdulillah. And do his Salaf, akhi.